Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Blitzwinger, and welcome to the Lego City Advent Calendar videos. Yes, I know you guys have been messaging me, whether it be on Instagram, Twitter, which by the way, follow me, it's at Blitzwinger. Cheap plug, thank you so much. But nevertheless, a lot of you guys have been messaging me, telling me, hey Blitz, it's a 4-year tradition. What the heck is going on? Have you quit on us? Are you dipping out? Are you not gonna make no more videos? I was like, calm down, I am. It's just something I'm gonna do a little bit differently this year. So if you don't know, I got sick over at the very beginning of the actual month. So because of that, I missed the first 3 days of actually being able to record this. So then I thought to myself, like, okay, well, either I don't do a calendar this year at all, which is not an option, or basically what we do is we make the calendar a cumulative amount of days in one video. So basically how it's going to work is I'm going to have one video today, which I'm recording this on the 7th of December, but it's probably going to be uploaded on the 8th. And then you're going to have another video on the 14th. And then there will be a third and final video on Christmas Day when we're going to open up the rest of the remaining days. Hopefully you guys will be okay with that. Again, it's kind of a nice balance. Instead of having no videos at all, then I'm able to actually get it done this way. Of course, if you guys still enjoy the Advent Calendar videos and you have been around here since the very beginning of those Advent Calendar videos, way back in 2013, which is kind of crazy to say now, hit that like button, guys, and of course, let's get rocking and rolling. So here's the newest Lego City Advent Calendar. Of course, as you can see, we have a really nice shot of some of the figures that are going to be in here. So I don't want to like focus on this too much because I don't want to spoil, of course, everything. On the back, we have a nice little summary of like, hey, by the way, go buy all this because that's what Santa Claus wants you to do, apparently. All right, so let's open this up. So I've got a nice little helper here in the form of a hobby knife. Of course, so I'm just going to carefully cut all the tape here. And then kablam, we are now going to gain access to the Advent Calendar itself. Now, if you've never actually gotten an Advent Calendar, or you don't even have a clue as to what an Advent Calendar is, basically the way that these things work is as follows. They are boxes that are usually numbered from 1 to 24. Some of them are actually New Year's calendars now, so there's 1 through 31. And basically the idea behind them is that you punch a hole in every one of the boxes every day leading up to Christmas Eve. And then, of course, you are actually able to get yourself nice little presents along the way. So, of course, since today is already the 7th, we're actually going to be punching 7 holes, which is not a sentence I thought I'd be saying today, but or in general, but ladies and gents, let's get rocking and let's get it rolling and find out what we are going to end up with. So we're going to go on ahead and first locate box number 1, which is actually right here. So I've already located it, and let's see what we get on our very first day. So we would have gotten a train, a miniaturized form of a train. So let's go on ahead and pan down and take a look at all the bits and pieces that are included in here. By the way, guys, this year's setup and everything is a bit more makeshift because I'm going through a bit of a transition as far as like my setup is concerned and all that. So that's why things are not quite as smooth sailing as I would have liked them to be necessarily. But like I said before, I do approach it from the perspective of it's better to, you know, for me to at least be able to do this and not lose out on a whole year of tradition than to not do it at all. So hopefully that makes sense. Again, I do apologize as to, for example, why the videos are not going to be up to par to last year's calendar videos in terms of like, I usually like to have like an actual Christmassy setup and go out of my way to do that. But this year I got sick, all of that jazz. So basically couldn't actually plan for things to be quite as extensive as I would have liked for them to be. But what we are certain of is that we're going to end up with hopefully something somewhat cool looking. So there we go. We got ourselves a miniature train. How exciting. I have to say, this is not a particularly exciting build. I think they've done better in the past. The nice thing is that you do get this extra little bit, so you can actually stick that on top because I think that actually looks better. I'm kind of surprised that the instructions don't tell you to do that. So there we are. And if you want, you could even, I guess, in theory, kind of emulate the idea of the front of the train having this little bit here too. So again, not really, oh, they do actually suggest you put 1. But since we have a spare one, I think 2 actually looks better. Where 1 is good, 2 are better. All right, so day number 1. Let me go on ahead and rip that out. Oh, wow, what happened, Lego? You went cardboard eggs on us, man. These used to be plastic. Now they're actually made out of cardboard cartons for eggs. That was a sentence. All right, let's move along, shall we, folks? Alrighty-roo. So, day number 2. Where the heck are you? I see number 4, I see number 5. Where the heck is 2? Oh, there it is, right next to 5, actually. Kablam! So, day number 2 gives to us, drum roll please. Ooh, nice, a minifigure. That's actually pretty awesome because this will go into my Lego City build. If you don't know, I'm actually building a winter village. I've always wanted to do a mock ever since like I had begun collecting Legos. I've always thought it would be really cool to do my own mock design and just try to build something out. So this year I actually was like, hey, you know what, enough just, oh, I wish I could do that. Just go ahead and start and do it. So it's turning out interestingly, and I'm actually quite proud of it, so if you haven't seen that on Sunday, you'll see an update coming up for it, so make sure you check that out. So there's the minifigure that we got. I have to say, pretty fantastic little design. I think it's quite similar to last year's design, but I want to say that last year's design might have either had different colored legs and also skates or skis instead of snowboard. So there we are. This year's kit is a little bit cooler, I guess. So there you go. All right, so moving along. Number 3, where are you? Number 3, I did not see number 3 ever so far. Where is number 3? At this point, I'm sure you guys have already seen it. I should probably edit all this out, but it makes it more exciting and fun to kind of build up the anticipation. Oh, there it is. The anticipation all the way in the top corner. So let's find out what we have together. Haven't seen yet. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, it's a furnace. Okay, cool. You gotta love when you go 3, 2, 1. I don't know what I have here. I can't rip up the bag also, apparently. So there we go. And we have that opened up. And then I also should probably address that because somebody's going to ask, what's wrong with your finger? Because people always do. Because everyone needs to know everything, but that's okay. Sometimes it's out of concern, so I do appreciate that. But I basically ran into a wall. Yeah, don't ask. I'm clumsy like that. I am one of those people who's just like, hey, how did you manage to do that? I don't know. It just happened. Trust me, I didn't like plan for it. It wasn't like I was like, hey, I'm getting out of my car and now I'm gonna just run into this wall here real quick. It's not like something that I'm like going out of my way as an actual plan that I am planning for and thinking about and so on and so forth. So hopefully that makes sense. All right, so we have all of that layered out quite well. I'm very confused as to how this all comes together. Oh, okay, I got you. I think I got you. Maybe I don't got this at all. But I think the flames go onto here. This is a pretty complex build, I have to say, which is awesome because sometimes with the advent calendars, I feel like some of the builds are a little bit on the not lazy side necessarily, because I'm sure that there isn't a laziness element. Like everyone who's working on this is putting their best foot forward. I'm sure of that. It's just that maybe there's more important projects going on. So I don't think laziness is the correct word, but I would say just like uninspired, I guess, right? Like just designs where you're like, that's not really, that wasn't really particularly a lot of fun to build. And this one's actually pretty cool. So there's a little furnace, so you can set that up in your, I don't know, maybe village that you're building, or maybe a little house that you're building and you wanted to build out a furnace. So there you go. So that's pretty cool. And you get a spare grate as well as a spare, oh no, never mind. The grate is not spare. It goes up here. So you get a spare flame. So there you go. You could set flames to something if you want. So there you are. In plastic form, of course, only, folks. Keep it safe. All right, so number 4. There you are. And day number 4, can we get another minifigure today? That would be cool. Nope. That's not a minifigure. I am not even sure what that's supposed to be. Is that supposed to be just like a lazy boy type chair and like lamp build sort of thingamajigga? I think so. Actually, yeah, that would make sense because it's the interior of the house. This is actually kind of cool. I didn't even notice that there's an interior of the house. So you'd kind of position these things outwards like, hey, well, where would the furnace go? Let's say right there. Then you put the little train going around the tracks. The kid is like snowboarding right there, let's say, right? Because that's a perfect spot to snowboard, of course. That makes sense. Not really, but let's just go along with it. All right, so then we're going to position this onto here. We've got one stud that goes there. Then another stud that goes there. Pop that here, that goes there. Brilliant. So there's our little lamp stand. So that kind of reminds me of National Lampoon's Vacation, if you ever saw that movie. Hilarious movie. Definitely should check it out if you haven't. I don't know if it holds up though. I haven't seen it in years. So, nevertheless, what I do know is that we need to open up box number 5. That's my radio voice there. All right, so we have, oh, Gingerbread House. Okay, that's actually kind of cool. I've never seen that before. I've never seen that build before. So usually, you know, there's certain things you can kind of expect from one of these calendars. Like, hey, they're going to give us miniaturized gifts, and we're going to get a bunch of like types of like RC toys, and, you know, those things that are, again, not lazy, but we've seen them so many times that at this point it's almost like when I get one of these, I know that I'm gonna get at least 1 or 2 or 400 of those things in the actual box. So it's actually refreshing when we get something that is unexpected and something that we have never ever encountered before. So in that sense, that is pretty darn refreshing. So I do appreciate that a ton. And all we have to do is just layer these in an opposite sequence, because you're trying to basically create a nice symmetry. At the same time, I guess it's asymmetrical if you're comparing it to the opposite side. But come on, careful. Yikes. There we go. Bam! You got yourself a gingerbread house. And you actually have a few spare pieces, so if you want to use those for, like, I don't know, maybe you have a Christmas tree that you want to decorate, you can do that as well. And we're going to put that on the table, because that's where gingerbread house would sit, right? So yay, that makes sense. All right. So next up, box number 6. Where are you? Scooby-Dooby-Doo. There you are. Okay, this is our second to last box of the day. So far, we've only gotten 1 minifigure, which is awfully disappointing. I'm not gonna lie. You would think by now we would get at least another minifig, but let's find out. Ba-boom. Nope, no minifigs. Hey, remember what I said about RC toys? Yep, it happened. It's an RC plane. Oh my good googly moogly. Is that even a thing anymore? Like, do kids ask for RC toys? Like, I guess maybe you could ask for a drone, which is kind of similar. Now that I think about it, I'm like, yeah, that is very similar. But I don't really know anyone who asks for drones anymore. Like, that's not a thing, is it? I don't know. Hey, let me know, actually. You know what? If there are any of you guys who are asking for a RC toy of some sort, again, there's nothing wrong with it. It's perfectly cool. But I'd love to hear, like, in terms of, hey, I asked for, I don't know, an airplane, I guess, or maybe, what else is there? RC car or train or something along those lines. So if you asked for any one of those things, or maybe all of those things, who knows? Depends, of course, on how wealthy your family it might be, and so on and so forth. But yeah, let me know down in the comment section below. I would love to know if you guys actually asked for that sort of thing. Okay, I am very confused as to how, oh, that's a very weird looking plane. Oh wait, that's because I missed that part. There we go. All right, so a few extra pieces as well left over, so that's nice. And then there's our RC plane, which is the size of a gingerbread house, so that's a pretty awesome gift. It certainly is better than getting coal in your stocking, so that is fantastic. All right, so from there, by the way, sorry about the sniffles. Obviously, that cold that I mentioned didn't go fully away because I was already recording 2 days after. But nevertheless, ladies and gents, day number 7, right down in the bottom left corner. We're gonna punch this open, hope that we get another minifigure, because, well, it'd be nice if we did, and we do not get another minifigure. Instead, we get, I guess that's supposed to be a sleigh, I'm pretty sure. So let's put that together real quick, which is actually done through the use of some hockey sticks. So cool design choices there. I like that a lot. I love whenever they can, like, take things that are used for one purpose and then adjust their purpose and give us more value out of them. So it certainly is not a bad thing at all. All right, so there we are, guys. Ba-boom. That is a sleigh that has been now completed. So that is brilliant. So we'll leave that on the outdoors. So where do we stand with our very first opening video? Well, we got quite a few things, some good, some bad. Sorry about the wire hanging out there. Like I said, this is going to be the most like low production quality of the advent calendars that I've done, so I do apologize about that. But what did we get? We got 2 RC toys, the train and the plane. Okay, not too excited about that. My favorite bit was probably the gingerbread house, just because it's a really cool little miniaturized build, so that's cool. We got that, like, sitting thing. I don't even know what to call it. The furnace is probably my second favorite thing because it's actually a pretty cool build. The minifigure was actually pretty decent too. I am a little surprised though that we've only gotten 1 minifigure so far out of the 7 boxes that we opened. So hopefully our next 7 are a little bit luckier and maybe we get 2 or 3 minifigs. Who knows? I guess we will find out together. As always though, ladies and gents, so don't forget, hit that like button. Let me know which item was your personal favorite. Maybe it was one of the RC toys. Do not feel bad about that. whatsoever. Right? Team RC all the way. RC, DC, AC, D. Okay, never mind. Thanks all for watching, guys. I'll catch you all next time. Peace out. See you later, alligators. Bye-bye, everyone.